Welcome to the Wednesday Warrior Wrap-Up, where we take a look at some of the awesome news and reveals of this week. First up on the Wednesday Warrior Wrap-Up, we're going to be talking about a lot of awesome Hasbro news, mostly items that are coming back, part of their comeback collection. This is items that are sought after, that fans have asked for, that they know they need to kind of put back out there. We've talked about a couple of them in the past. Now we're going to be talking about quite a few of them, so I just want to start off with that. We're also going to be talking about some new items from each of these brands, and then a lot of other cool stuff. First up, when it comes to the comeback collection from Hasbro, we have a look at the Star Wars side of things. They are reissuing the Star Wars Clone Trooper Phase 2 helmet and the Captain Rex Phase 2 helmet. We also got a Captain Rex and his Phase 2 clone armor as a reissue, and crosshairs from the Black Series. And then from the Vintage Collection, we got Jabba the Hutt and his little set. And then we also got the crew that would be kind of around him on either the barge or in the palace. Both of those went up for sale. All of the things we're talking about this week are mostly fan channel. That means BBTS, Entertainment Earth, Hasbro Pulse, GameStop. You probably won't see a lot of these on Amazon, Target, or Walmart, and they won't be hitting those store shelves. So if you want to pre-order them, those are the places. I put all the Hasbro links up in the description down below with all the other links for things this week. And when it comes to the Marvel Legends sides of things, we got quite a few, including Power Princess with the Void Build-A-Figure pieces. I'm very excited they did a reissue on this one because somehow I didn't get it, and it became really hard to get. I think it was at one point going for like $150, maybe even more. And so my Void has been legless this whole time, so now I can finally finish that. They also put up one I'm very excited about, the Captain Marvel in her Warbird outfit, so it's the Warbird one. Missed out on that at Target, so that went up. And then the Walgreens exclusive Cosmic Silver Surfer with the Thor's hammer and everything like that, and the darker colors, they went back up for sale. And then we also got the Cyclops from X-Men 97. That was kind of just out there. A lot of these they're not, telling people about. They did a post about the comeback collection, but every time things have been coming out, they kind of just, they aren't posting it to social. So it's definitely very important to check the Hasbro Pulse website in November because a lot of reissues are happening. We also got a reissue of the Wasp and Hank Pym from the Giant Man kind of sub item. That will be going up tomorrow. And at the same time, a new item that will be going up that we saw, I believe, at New York Toy Fair or London Con, MCM London Con, is the Sentinel version 2 2-pack, which is in those really cool colors. I'm very excited for that. I'm going to try my best to get one of those at least this time. I had to wait for the first 2-pack when it came back into stock, so I kind of want to get this one if I can. But yeah, just a lot of Marvel reissues, and I'm sure there'll be more coming in the future. And we do have some more Marvel news later on in the later segments. Transformers reissues, we got Run Amok, which we talked about a while back being at Walmart, but now it's up on Pulse and Fan Channel. We got Breakdown, the G1 Breakdown. That's a great one for fans to get. That one went up. I think it was going for $75 at one point. Now it's back to $27.99. I will say that's the one thing about a lot of these reissues. They took so long to finally reissue them that now there's the new price point because they're all coming out next year because they're pre-orders right now. So it is going to be a little bit more pricey for a lot of these items than the original releases. But we also got Power the Primes Titan Predaking. That is a really amazing set. I already have it with the upgrade kits on it. If you can get the upgrade kits, the Toy Hacks labels, it just makes it look even better. But it's already an amazing figure with amazing engineering in it. We are getting at Walmart, people are finding the Transformers first movie Optimus Prime from the Studio Series. That's a really amazing one if you missed out on the multi-pack with it or the first release of it. We're also getting Dark of the Moon Bumblebee, which is up on Pulse and Fan Channel. And then what's else? There's something else. Oh, the Nemesis. The Nemesis from Transformers, the Titan class, also got a reissue. That one was interesting. I almost missed out on that one. I bought it at the last minute on BBTS because they were the last place to have it for the original MSRP, I think of $200. And I bit the bullet on it, and then it became super hard to get, I guess, and it went up a little bit. It didn't end up like the ARC where it was at Ross's. And so now it's back on the site. I think it's going for $220, so I'm really glad I bought it when it was the original MSRP. Or maybe it's actually $240 now. I can't remember. Because I know the Power of the Primes Predaking is 20. And then something different than all the reissues, they're doing another one of those Black Friday 2-packs. They did this, I think, last year, of a bunch of Transformers Legacy figures and all the different sublines, and then Studio Series, so you can get like 2 of each characters for like a really good price. I think they were going for like $30 for 2 or $40 for 2. It was something really great. I think it was 30. I think it was $29.97. It might be a little bit more this year, but we've got amazing pairings like Bumblebee from Reactivate with Bumblebee from Studio Series 86. You got Optimus from Transformers 1 with 86 Bumblebee. You've got Cosmos with Armada Wheeljack. There's just a lot of great pairings here from figures that are, some of them are rather new and some of them are older. Nothing, of course, from Age of the Prime. From what I could see, a lot of it was Legacy. But yeah, just a lot of cool Transformers coming to your Walmart for Black Friday. I know these sets at one point even went on clearance, so they got even lower. I think some of them went for like $10. So you got 2 deluxes for like the price of 1 core class. And in some more Transformers news, this one I wanted to cover by itself because it's also a Netflix item. It is that of the Stranger Things collab with Transformers. It is the truck, I guess, from the new season of Stranger Things. This figure won't even come out till after the season has aired. It comes out next year in the summertime. So it's kind of in a way genius to pre-order it now, but then have it come out later on after the show, so you can have some like information about it. But it comes with a rubber chicken battle master, pretty much target master. So it's a rubber chicken that turns into a gun. So I just thought that was amazing. Then there's an 8-track that turns into like a laser beak like animal, which is really cool. And then the actual truck itself, I love that we're getting all these trucks out of Stranger Things. I'm just hoping we can see either the first Stranger Things truck or this truck turn into something cool like either the Mystery Machine or the A-Team. But I have a feeling if we get those, they're going to do their own molds like they did with Knight Rider and the Ghostbusters. I think the only one that ever shared a mold with someone was the Back to the Future, because they just used the Lambo mold, retooled a little bit, and made the DeLorean. But yeah, really cool looking figure. It is available on Target exclusively, and then some quantities are available on Hasbro Pulse. I think they're still available as of now. And like I said earlier, there's some more Marvel news. Kith, a clothing company, got Jada Toys and Hasbro to do a Marvel vs. Capcom Player 2 version of Mega Man, Ryu, Wolverine, and Captain America. These will be available exclusively on Kith, I believe. They're going for $45. They will be going up, I think, tomorrow for pre-order. But yeah, it's $45, so you're looking at about a $10 to $15, I think, because they are $27.99 for a single figure. But you're looking at about a $10, $15 or so upcharge for the exclusivity of it. My favorite part is the Jada Toys ones had no problem putting Kith on the figures. But, you know, being Disney and being Marvel, they put the Kith name on the effects for the shield and the effects for the Wolverine claws. So I'm guessing that's why they picked these two instead of someone like Psylocke or War Machine or any of those people. So I don't know if this is going to be an ongoing thing or just a one-off thing. They also had an arcade system and a little Game Boy, or not Game Boy, but like a Sega handheld, something like that, that you could buy. But yeah, they'll be going up, I think, tomorrow at 11 Eastern. It could be 11 Pacific. I don't know. It says it on the thing. But yeah, really cool looking. I love that Captain America color scheme and the Wolverine one. I might try to get them. I don't know. I just feel like 45 is a little pricey just to get the Player 2 versions of those characters. I'm wondering if that might mean we might get the Player 2 versions later on through the main line, but I don't know. We'll see. And over at Furai Model Kits and the company that does the Transformers model kits, I'm very excited that we got the Leo Convoy a while back, and I kept going, you know, what'd be cool is if we got Galva Convoy or Galvatron Convoy, or I think it's Galva Convoy, which is kind of like the Galvatron colors, or, you know, it's weird. Instead of being a Nemesis version, it's like a purple version. And I went, no, we probably won't get that. We don't get a lot of like that version of that character. We've got a Nemesis Leo. We got Leo Convoy through the Hasbro toys and Takara toys. We even have a Leo Convoy anniversary version with a better animal face coming out. Hopefully we get the Nemesis one too. But we never get a Galvatron Leo Convoy, you know, a Galva Convoy. It's a tongue twister. And here it is. We got Galva Convoy before we got GTA 6. Yes, I said it. I'm memeing. Because I never thought we'd get this character in toy form or even model form, because you don't see a lot of it. So I'm very excited for this. You can see all the amazing accessories. I have the Leo Convoy. It is incredible. The soft goods cape is really cool. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this one. I believe it went up on BBTS and Entertainment Earth, and then of course some other fine fan channel websites that you can pick it up. I have the link for the BBTS in the description down below. Today at 9 a.m. Pacific time, the K-pop Demon Hunter Mattel dolls went live. This was the set that we talked about. I think we talked about it a little bit either last week or the week before. We had teasers about how Mattel and Hasbro both got the rights to do K-pop Demon Hunter. Hasbro's going to do some prop weapons probably, and some 6-inch action figures, hopefully, maybe even 3-inch. But that Mattel got it, and we knew they were probably going to do Barbie dolls. The big thing is having that on the board games like Uno K-pop Demon Hunters and Monopoly K-pop Demon Hunters. But these figures are incredible looking. They are not cheap though. They are a collector's item. We're looking at about $50 a figure. So it's $150 for it. It did sell out. The link is in the description down below, but it did sell out. There might be more in the future. I don't know. I don't do a lot with Mattel creations, but I know in the past when I've bought in some items, they only come back in like a spur of the moment drop. It does not come out till October of next year in 2026, so I thought that was crazy. They also picked the outfit for the final song and the final battle. I thought they were going to pick the golden songs outfits because they're like black with gold trimming, whereas these ones are white with gold trimming. But I'm assuming they're going to save those outfits for probably like mainline selling it to everyone. And then they picked this outfit. I mean, they'll probably have this outfit on other versions. There'll be other versions of these dolls probably in a mainline kind of capacity, but really cool. Loved the movie. I mean, you can see me talking about it here about the toys. It's not just because it's popular. I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was really good, and these figures look incredible, and I'm really hoping Hasbro gives us 1/12 scale figures so that they can kind of fit in with your other 1/12 scale figures. I'm thinking Fortnite. Put it with your Master Chief and your Darth Vader, and you've got a team for Fortnite in action figure form. But yeah, really cool set. I hope you were able to get yours if you tried. Fast, this item is not available yet, but I'm sure it will be coming to your Target soon if this is still part of their capsule, because I know they get the Masters of the Universe sketch series. It is that of the He-Man from the sketch series. I'm very excited for this set. I've skipped most of them except for the Hordak one because it was so cheap at one point, because they do go on clearance. But this one is very exciting because it is the sketch version of He-Man, and it has the option to switch out the heads, because the original sketch for He-Man was a brown-haired character. If you remember the Wonder Bread He-Man kind of situation, when the original artist sat down and sketched him, he had brown hair, kind of more like Conan and Quasark, I think the Barbarian is what I'm thinking of. And then they ultimately went with blonde. I'm assuming that was kind of to change the whole idea of what the character, they didn't want to just look like, you know, another Conan stuff. But yeah, really cool looking. It is not available yet, but they had some awesome photos of the finished product and the package art, which shows off some other characters that have come out and are possibly going to be coming out. I'm assuming this will be a Target holiday item, so I'll keep you posted. And real quick, in some S.H.Figurarts information, because I do love some S.H.Figurarts, mostly Dragon Ball for me. That's why I'm very excited for this Goku from the, I believe, game version, where he's got like different color hair and his skin tone's a little different, his outfit's different. It's really an interesting looking version. This will be going live next year in January. I believe it's like the 26th or around there, maybe earlier or later. I can't remember the exact date, but it's really cool looking. But then on top of that, we knew that we were going to get more Star Wars and anime and gamer stuff from the Marvel stuff, and we now have a look at the gamer version of the Capcom Wolverine, and their version looks really nice. I cannot wait for people to compare this one with the Marvel Legends one. I'm content with my Marvel Legends one, but this one looks really nice, kind of like with Cyclops that they've already done in the Spider-Man. I would like a Spider-Man that looks more like Capcom. I hope they do a Capcom Spider-Man, because the Maximum Series one is fun, but I feel like we could get a better Capcom one. And then finally, an Anakin Skywalker from Revenge of the Sith. Really cool looking. Honestly, this one kind of is tempting, because I love the Black Series one that just recently came out, but it doesn't have a cloak. It's the final dual kind of outfit, so he doesn't have the cloak from the Order 66, whereas this one kind of feels more like the Order 66 moment. So maybe we'll get an Order 66 Anakin in the future with the socket cloaks and the kind of dark looking face and stuff like that, and come with like 251st clone troopers, or maybe the clone trooper that was had the pauldron, and then a 501st clone trooper, kind of do a cool 3-pack. but now I'm just getting off topic. But yeah, really cool stuff coming out of S.H.Figurart. I cannot wait to see who the next Gamerverse figure is in the Capcom stuff from S.H.Figurart, and I'm always excited to see the Star Wars stuff and Dragon Ball stuff. And now into some Mondo stuff. First up, we have a look at that Donatello they teased with the sewage drain, and it looks incredible. This is, of course, the 1/6 scale collection, and they are doing the turtles, and it is awesome looking. This is a different version of turtles than they've done in the past, as far as I can tell. I think this is like the first of the 4. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry in advance. Just really cool looking. And then on another side of things is Designer Con is happening, I think this weekend or this week, and there is more Godzilla, like a lot of Godzilla. You can see it here. There also, some of this is not new, some of it is new. I really like this version of the crystal. I think it's SpaceGodzilla, because we talked about it last week, I think, for Godzilla Week or Godzilla Day, how they had a red version. This is like a clear pearlescent version, so really cool stuff from Mondo. I'm also a little concerned for them, and we'll be talking about that later, so I hope everything goes well with them. And in Boss Fight Studios toy news, they are doing another wave of Garfield figures, this time with John. And then I feel bad, I think it's Valve or Valor, I can never remember the pink cat's name, and she comes with the little mouse that visits with Garfield. And then a version 2 of Garfield, which is really cool looking. As I've talked about in the past, Boss Fight Studios does amazing figures. These are more of like the epic versions, 1/12 scale, for Garfield though. They're really cool looking, I like them a lot. I haven't bought any of them myself. But they are really fun, and it's cool to see what Boss Fight Studios does with their Garfield stuff. And as you know, Legion Con was this past weekend, and it was filled with a lot of amazing stuff. They showed off the next wave. I think it is the Dawn of Discovery or Discovery of Dawn. I can't remember the name of it, but it's just really cool. It is about pirates and seafarers, and it is really awesome. And there are 2 new factions being added. That are not quite like, you know, our traditional Legion factions. These are more like, you know, kind of like guilds and groups. Kind of makes me hope that they'll do more stuff like that in the future. Because we do have like the Mercenary Guild. I can't remember the name of them off the top of my head. But it'd be cool to see like a Thieves Guild, or, you know, a more honorable Fighters Guild. I mean, there might be something. I know some of the lore behind Mythos, but not all of it. So I could be, you know, out of touch when it comes to certain ones, but I'm really excited for these 2 new groups. I like the idea of pirates and seafarers. There's a lot of characters here. There's a really cool giant crab character. I do not know all their names off the top of my head, so I'm not going to try to guess. I know that there are 2 returning version 2 characters, that of the Order of Ethos' Templar female. I think it's Delphi, I could be wrong. And then we have I think it's from the Lion group, but he was like a mercenary at one point. He is, it's a V word, but now he has Prime at the end because he's gained a rank. And then there's just all these really cool characters. There was also a table drop. A table drop is when at the event they dropped something that no one knew about. They dropped a figure obscure and one of the figure characters from this set, that being Koi. He is a koi fish not bookkeeper. What is the person who keeps the logs on the boat? I forget the name of it off the top of my head, but yeah, really cool looking. And then of course one of the Egyptian gods. I can't remember their name too. I'm so bad at this. I should know all these, but he looks really cool. We already got 2 of these, and then we got 2 retailer appreciation versions of those. So now we're getting another one. They're putting out a lot of amazing stuff there, just incredible work. And then also one of the things that were awesome they revealed is they're doing collabs with people, like they did that last set with that cool module space character. They are going to be doing a dragon character that apparently was a character that was made by, oh god, what's his name? He does, I think, Critical Role and D&D. Joe McNelio, I think is how you say it. I hope I said their name right. They're doing one of his characters, and there's rumor that they're going to be doing more of those characters because apparently, no surprise, he collects Mythic Legions. So yeah, really awesome stuff. I believe the pirate stuff is up for pre-order now, except for Koi. And then of course the Pharaoh character is not up for pre-order yet, or Jason Momoa's character, but those will all be coming out later on next year in the springtime and later on and stuff like that. The Legendary Barbarian is going to be available on November 15th on Four Horsemen's website. That was this year's exclusive that was kind of showing up everywhere. We got that here in California at the Mythic meetup that we had. And then the RPG, I wanted to talk about that real fast. That will be happening in springtime. I think they said February sometime. The Kickstarter will start for that, so I'm very excited for that. And then a bit of kind of sad news. I mean, it's not sad news 100% because it's not like they're out of business yet, but Funko came out and posted that they are in some serious trouble, that they do not know if they will be continuing past possibly this year, maybe 2026. They might get some stuff out, but that they're in some financial debt. They're in about $241 million in debt to $250 million roughly. That's a lot. So it could go the way of Ty Beanie Baby, where it gets, bankrupt and, falls apart. But, I guess it's not really the way of Ty Beanie Baby because Ty Beanie Baby is still here. It's just, not as popular. I don't think they went out of business, but it kind of sounds scary. The current CEO, the past CEO was someone who worked for Microsoft, then worked for Hasbro and Magic the Gathering, now works for Funko. They didn't like the way things were going. They fired them, hired a new CEO that who worked for Netflix and now is working for them. And they're talking about going the way of Labubu's and Pop Mart and maybe doing blind packs. So think kind of like the Bitty Pops that were blind packs and their soda cans. They might be doing that with Funko in general, so you could see a line of Star Wars Pops and they could be blind packs with chases, which sounds scary, but ultimately if they fall through, I'm so worried because they have Loungefly, they have Mondo, they have a lot of people who are under their umbrella, and they'll probably go off and either get bought by someone else. They'll probably, if they do go bankrupt or if they have to liquidate the company, they might sell off other companies to other people and then just kind of have a small amount of Funko, and it will be like Ty Beanie Baby. You just see them here and there, not as much as before. I'm hoping that they'll figure out a way to get themselves out of this, but that's a lot of debt to be in, and to kind of they're pretty much in a way pleading to the community like, hey, we need help. If you're not collecting, maybe collect. I kind of feel bad saying that, but it kind of feels like that. I'm hoping everything works out. I definitely, as someone who goes to Comic-Con, I'm curious how this will affect the floor plan if they do go bankrupt or if they don't show up at events or stuff like that, or they just kind of have to cut back to save themselves, what it means because they take up a corner with their Mondo booth and their Funko booth and their Loungefly booth. I'm curious how that will affect the convention, because it also means that Funko was in the lottery. Will that lottery disappear and now everyone move on to other places? So yeah, there's a lot to unpack with this news that they have sent us. I know the thumbnails here seem kind of dark and gloomy, but it's just one of those things where this could be a possibility. And if you're a Funko fan, I have probably in my collection at maybe 20 between like Optimus Prime and Captain America and a Destiny character from the game and Halo 1 and a Unicron 1. Like I have anything that was my fandom, I got a couple of them all, but I didn't collect everything that came out. So I do like that. I do like Loungefly backpacks. They have a lot of cool Transformers ones and Star Wars ones and other fandoms. But yeah, hopefully everything works out for Funko and they don't really disappear off the board, but because I know there's a lot of people who like it. And in comics this week, we think look incredible. First up, a really awesome cover for G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero 322 with Snow Job and what looks like maybe Alpine and either Blizzard or Avalanche. I can't remember the name of them off the top of my head in the snow. This is a mission where they have to, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, how was the word? When you go G.I. Joe, the Cobra headquarters, they're trying to sneak in. There we go. They're trying to sneak into the Cobra headquarters to either steal something or get information, but it's at like an Arctic headquarters, I'm assuming. Really excited for that, especially with everything going on with the HasLab Snowcat and the Snow Hiss tank. I feel like this is kind of some synergy here. And then next up, we have a look at Transformers from the Skybound Energon universe, number 26. This one, we got a little teaser. It looks like Thundercracker might be trying to save Skywarp. And then Optimus gets involved, and there's, you know, some conversation, and it's really cool looking. And then over at Marvel Comics, we have Marvel Comics 1776, I believe it is the Avengers or Captain America and a team of, you know, superheroes have to stop an evil force from destroying history and changing history during the signing of the Declaration of Independence. So that is a very interesting kind of concept. I'm very excited for that. And then finally, we have a look at the IDW's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles X Godzilla #1, which looks really cool. You know, you got your Gamma Turtles and your Gamma Lizard kind of, you know, having some fun, kind of battling now and stuff like that. So I'm very excited for that. But yeah, those are the 4 comics this week that I thought looked really cool. Let me know in the comments down below what comics you're excited about. Like always, head to your local comic shop, pick up whatever's in your savers, see what's new this week. Just have a wonderful time reading. And in our creative corner this week, we have a look at an amazing Gunpla creator and photographer, and just someone who is really cool when it comes to their Gundams. They're rather new. They don't have a lot posted yet, but they do have a large following already, and I could totally see why. It is that of _nerdmuffin on Instagram. The link to their Instagram is in the description down below, and they have some awesome Gunpla mashups. So it's Gundam meets Warhammer 40k with the Ultramarine, which looks really incredible. Then we've got 3 animes with My Hero Academia, which I think uses the Unicorn Gundam, which is a really cool idea because in My Hero Academia, you know, the All Might transforms and stuff like that, so the Unicorn transforms in a way. Really cool. And then we have a Bleach Gundam, which you can totally see it there. It looks awesome. And then finally, Berserker, and they of course use the perfect one, in my opinion, Iron-Blooded Orphan. You got a really dark Gundam series that's angsty with a really cool, you know, dark anime like Berserker, and it looks really awesome. But yeah, lots of amazing Gunpla stuff. Even though there's not a lot posted already, you can go down, hit their link, go see what they have, like it, share it, love it. Share it with other Gunpla fans of yours. Maybe it'll give you some inspiration with some of the kits you have. I always love an RX Optimus Prime. Anyone who turns an RX 76 or any kind of Gundam into an Optimus Prime or Transformer is definitely awesome. So hopefully we'll see something like that in the future. But they did a lot of amazing, you know, kits. One of the kits that I saw was this really cool shiny one that was like iridescent. I don't know if that's the word I'm looking for, but it's really cool looking. So definitely go give them a follow if you like Gunpla and you want to see some awesome kits. And that about wraps it up. Thanks for stopping by. If you have any comments, leave them in the comment section. If you're feeling generous, share it. And thank you so much for watching. Till next time, bye.